so good I can do most anything. What does it make you feel like, Luke?
I am loving every living thing. I can see the face of God in paupers and kings. We're all precious, no one less or more. We've all got that same treasure in store. I am loving every living thing.
Yeah! I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Oh, oh, I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Oh, oh, it makes me feel so good I can do most anything. Well, I'm believing in my guiding light. Whatever happens, it always turns out right. I just dig right down to how I feel. Take a deep breath and I grab that wheel. I'm believing in my guiding light. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Oh, oh, I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Oh, oh, it makes me feel so good I can do most anything. Woo! And guitar solo. I am rising to my highest place with the wind at my back and a smile on my face. Well, I'm living my dream more and more each day. It keeps getting easier to find my way, 'cause I am rising to my highest place. Sing it with us. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Oh, oh, I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Oh, oh, it makes me feel so good I can do most anything. How does it make you feel, Nate?
Amazing.
It makes me feel so good I can do most anything. How does it make you guys feel? It makes me feel so good I can do most anything. Woo! How does everybody feel? I could feel the electricity going through the room as they sang. Welcome to the Global Truth Center, everyone. My name is Reverend Tiffany Mellon, and I am a staff minister here at the Global Truth Center. Is there anybody here for the first time? I think everybody looks like familiar faces. All right, we're in luck. No, I'm kidding. It's great to see everyone, and every Sunday as we come together and gather, whether there are new people or not, we remind ourselves of our mission statement, and we remind ourselves that we come together as a spiritual community each and every week to do one thing and one thing only, and that is. That was in perfect unison. I can tell that you all have been here before. What they said is that we come here every Sunday to know that right where I am, God is. And for me, I know that in addition to that, I come here to stay tethered to the truth of who I am, to come meet with my community each and every Sunday and to hear this message and to stand in this sacred space so that it gets easier when I leave this sanctuary to remember the truth of who I am and to remember that everywhere I go, there God is, right? And we also celebrate our vision statement. This we also do in unison. So if you're at home, join us. Our vision statement is to love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. Simple, right? Sounds easy. And our mission statement, which is, do it now. Now. But nothing feels more important in this moment as I stand here, to stand in that space of do it now. Now is the moment. So if that feels good to you, then you're in the right place. And as Dr. James likes to say, if it doesn't, the service is only an hour. And Dr. James will be back next week, and you can let him know that it was awful. All right. I do want to give a shout out to Dr. James and Kevin and our GTC members that went to Guatemala. They're in Antigua right now, probably living in a little bit of luxury after a week of building kitchens for the students in Casa Guatemala. So hi, Dr. James. Hi, Kevin and Reverend Liza and Lisa Carey. And there are a lot of them there. Scott and Marilyn Gibb. Yes, there are Jose and Scott Anderson. All right, I can't name you all, but we love you, and we're so glad that you're watching with us today. And now I would like to invite the amazing Brad Kiefer up. Yes. And we light the candles of faith on the first Sunday of every month. But today it felt especially important to light this one candle. And this is the candle, Dr. James says, is the candle for you to pour your light, to pour your love wherever it is needed. And I would say that for today, I would love if we could just use this candle as an opportunity to hold a moment of silence for the world, for the country, for the people of Texas, for anyone who is suffering and feeling that energy. I would love it if we could just hold a sacred moment, a moment of healing, a moment of peace and quiet and knowing who we are as Brad treats us in.
And so right here, right now, I just go to that place of knowingness that at the core of everything, love is the most powerful passion because it simultaneously attacks the head, the heart, and the feelings. And so I just allow my feelings to emanate nothing but love. I allow my feelings, as the world digests the things that are going on, I just allow myself to be the peace that I wish to see in the world. And I know that there is tremendous healing power in the knowingness that love points the way, as Ernest Holmes said, and the law makes the way possible. So in all our interactions today and in the future, I know that we all come from that place of love, the most powerful of passions, knowing that it heals and it restores and it uplifts and produces joy. So I just allow all this to be so. I state it as the law, knowing that it is made manifest right here, right now. And together we declare, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Brad. And now I invite you to stay in this space as the singers come up for our meditative song.
Rolling river God, little stones are smooth, but only once the water passes through. And so I am a stone
reconcile this river's chill. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer might be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand, sometimes raging wild, sometimes swollen high, but never have I known this river dry. The deepest part of you is where I long to stay and feel those roughest edges pass away. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. But when the sunset comes, my prayer might be this one, that you might pick me up and notice that just a little smoother in your hand. Rolling river god, little stones are smooth, but only once a water passes through.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. That is one of my favorite songs that we sing here at the Global Truth Center. I think, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm an achiever. And so it's always, where am I headed? Where am I going? Where am I going? And it's not, that song invites me. Well, how I experienced it this morning as I was sitting there was to recognize who I have become and who I'm standing up here as, versus how I showed up in this teaching all those years ago. I was definitely a little edgy. I had some edges, and just to recognize the softness, I felt it in a new way, and I thank you for the message and your beautiful voices. Speaking of the rough edges, when I got here, or got to this teaching, our lead practitioner of the day, I can remember when I first joined, it was Center for Spiritual Living at the time, but this center and stepped into this sanctuary, I had the pleasure of meeting the lead practitioner and his amazing wife, who we all know, Reverend Karen Oxrider, who basically makes this place run. Thank you. And the gentleman known as Karen's husband, Brad Kiefer. I remember meeting them, and I came in, my edges hadn't quite softened, and they were so nice and such lovely, sweet people. And I thought, they're full of crap. Nobody's that nice, and nobody's that sweet. And then over time, I was like, there's no way anybody could hold up this farce for this long. Like, nobody could spend years and years and years just consistently being this nice. But what's great about Brad is he's nice, but he's also very dry and very sarcastic, which I mean, he's like, a double threat there. So what I've come to know as my edges have softened is that they are genuinely that nice, and they are genuinely that loving, and are just amazing, amazing people. And so I would like to welcome the artist formerly known as Karen Oxrider's husband, and now known as Brad Kiefer.
Thank you so much. It's really amazing that you remembered your first day here. I remember our first day here, and I remember the first people that greeted us at the door. It's just a memory that I will never forget. So I'm glad that we were there for you. And I also got to tell you that the farce that I am perpetrating on the world has been found out by several people in the audience, but not by everybody. So let's just, I do keep it going.
Your secret's safe with me. I haven't found it yet. But I think you touched on it. You're right, because there's something about walking into this place. We were talking this morning before the service even started about the sacredness that this place is, and this feeling of coming home. And I think you do remember that moment where you walk into a place and recognize that you can breathe, and that you're home, and that there are people who think and feel and are in touch in the way that you are. So I'm glad that you remember it too.
Our experience was on the very first day that we arrived at this center, the congregation was having its membership meeting to determine the fate of the previous minister. And so there was a lot of energy that day, and we walked right into it. And they wound up that afternoon voting to move on from that minister, and we kept on coming because we sensed the goodness in the energy, and that's when Dr. Sue came and all of the others that have built, upon whose shoulders this current center has been built. So.
This is how I know that my edges haven't completely washed away. As you started that sentence, I was like, oh, you stayed for the drama and the excitement to find out what was going to come next, right? Because I have stayed in entire classes and entire experiences just because I had to watch it unfold, just for the sick excitement of watching it unfold. But again, Brad's a better person than I am. Sweet Brad. So what is our theme, speaking of remembering when we first walked into this sanctuary?
It is remember.
In case you forget. And what does remember mean to you?
Well, for me, I think that remembering and forgetting are two sides of the same coin. And all too often, we all have a tendency, some more than others, to remember what we should best forget, and we forget what we should best remember. And when you think about it, we want to forget. Memories are created because it's what our mind runs. It's what we repeat in our mind. That's how memory is created. We repeat it so often in our mind, it becomes lodged in our brain as a memory. And so whether or not that experience is bad or good, it is what it is. And there are those who will repeat the negative thoughts. And so they have a predominance of negative memories. the brain forgets for a reason. 75% of all of our experiences are forgotten within 6 days. So it's because we don't want the brain to become so jammed. Like when you log into Gmail and it says your Gmail account is almost full. Manage your account and get rid of those. We can't do that with memories, right? But that's what the brain is doing, is getting rid of memories. And so if we elevate those higher memories, those higher vibration memories, then we can do things like attract like-minded individuals. We can attract, and whenever you walk into a room, you can feel and you can sense the energy of people. You can just feel those that are hurting, and you can feel those that are not, that are filled with joy. And we tend to want to be attracted to those that are joyful and experiencing those higher vibration emotions. Joe Dispenza says that.
Just thinking of Joe Dispenza.
Says that if you want to change your outcomes, your life outcomes, you change your energy. Energy, he says, emotions are energy. So when you change, that's what he is saying is just a different way of saying what Ernest Holmes first wrote in the early 20th century, which is there is the truth of the matter is, this is on page 483 of the textbook in case you're interested.
Talk about memory, huh?
That if your life, if you are unhappy, if you're stuck in poverty, if you are fearful, if you are hateful, all those negative things, then the way to overcome that is through persistent constructive thought. Persistent constructive thought. And so it's only focusing on those higher level vibration, higher level emotions, and tending and forgetting those that are the low level ones. So if we wish to change our lives, it's that the law is persistent constructive thought is the way to reverse what the outward effect is. And Dispenza is now using modern scientific methods to uncover the truth behind the truth.
I remember reading Dr. Joe Dispenza and having that aha moment where it was like, oh, this is science explaining what Ernest Holmes just intuitively knew all that time ago. And I remember him talking about, Dr. Joe Dispenza talking about that we actually are creating neural pathways in our brain. And so when we continue to think the same thoughts and do the same thing over and over and over again, it's actually creating these grooves, and that you have to change your thinking in order, and your energy and your feeling, because you think what you think because you believe. Your emotions, you emote what you emote because you're feeling what you're feeling, and you're feeling what you're feeling because you're thinking what you're thinking, and you're thinking what you're thinking because you're believing what you're believing. And I want a gold star, Dr. James, because I pulled that one up. Woo! Thank you. Thank you.
So there's a recent experience that I had just a couple of nights ago. We had some friends over for dinner, and they brought a 2012 bottle of wine. And so we were reminiscing, all of us, back to the year 2012. And we haven't known this couple for 10 years. And so I said something like, "Oh, 2012." And I kind of gave a toast to my sister. That's when she made her transition. And one of the friends said, "Oh, I didn't know you had a sister." And my sister had a very challenging life, and I could choose to dwell in those negative emotions of the challenges and the uncertainty, and all of that we went through at the time, or I could focus on she had a larger-than-life way to pull family together. Her epic family gatherings, the love she had, and the kindnesses that she showed me as we were growing up as kids. That's what I focused on, and that whole night I was elevated and not drawn into this feeling of, gosh, boy, that was a really bad experience that we had at that time. So,
I love that. Well, Reverend Eric would bring up the law of polarity in that, I think that true liberation often comes when we can realize that more than one thing can be true at the same time. and that what we choose to focus on expands. And I love that,
Right.
to remember and honor all of the larger than life amazingness. I definitely can relate to that with my father as well. Listen, that man was a force. And I choose to recall that he was a force for laughter and joy and all of the greatness that he brought. So, thank you.
Thanks.
See, what did I tell you? He's amazing, right? Wait, you're not done. We have an affirmation. I just praised you, and then you walked off the stage. Okay, we ready? It's behind us. I will leave this to you any way you want. I don't personally like when we do it 2 times or 3 times, but you know, it's yours. Go ahead.
Okay, everybody, 4 times. So following Tiffany's lead, Reverend Tiffany's lead, we're going to do this with gusto just once, but it's got to be with gusto. I'll be the judge. If we don't detect gusto here, we're going to do it 2 times, and that's not what Reverend Tiffany wants. So,
Should they stand for the
yes,
gusto?
everybody.
Oh, look
To really get the gusto going, let's stand and shout it to the rooftops.
I'm only a little controlling. Let's do
I
this.
remember the
truth
truth of who
I am, no matter what. I feel
2
like.
thumbs up. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, all right. He gave the thumbs up. I was going to make you do it again. And now I am so excited to, I've been calling them Mindy and the Shinnerers this morning. Mindy, Luke, and Nate to sing a song. I invite you to just feel the energy of this song. It's a little bit, it's upbeat, but the message when I heard it, I was like, it so reminded me of what we teach and what we do here that I'd love you to just open up to the song, and I hope you feel it in the same way I did when I heard it.
I met your demons, but they do not scare me. I know there'll be angels once they learn to fly. I've seen all your seasons, your cold February. I know you'll be blooming in a matter of time. What I'm saying is I get you, nothing we can get through. If I see you going down that road, then I won't let you, I'll catch you, no matter how far you fall. 'Cause the best of me loves the best of you, and all the rest I can see right through. You trusted me and I trust you too, 'cause the best of me loves the best of you. Oh, 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 oh. You see my dark side and dance with my shadows. You never run from a fight. I'll be your ally through all the battles. And I know it'll be alright. What I'm saying is you know me, wrestle with the old me. Save me at my lowest, all you had to do was hold me, console me, no matter how far I fall. 'Cause the best of me loves the best of you, and all the rest I can see right through. You trusted me and I trust you too, 'cause the best of me loves the best of you. Oh, 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 oh. I met your demons, but they do not scare me. I know there'll be angels once they learn to fly. Yeah, I'm telling you, the best of me loves the best of you, and all the rest I can see right through. You trusted me and I'll trust you too, 'cause the best of me loves the best of you. Oh,
Thank you so much. Amazing. So I got the benefit of, with Dr. James going out to Guatemala and Reverend Lori Savage, who does all of the slides and everything, they needed my talk title and they needed, all of the information from me weeks in advance before I arrived here today. And so I thought, awesome, I had plenty of time to prepare, and I was thinking about what I would want to talk about. I had a talk title, which was Namaste, and I did not know what that meant, but I was going to figure it out in the next several weeks before I got to this stage. And so I've been sitting with this theme of Namaste, not really knowing, and this theme of remember. And, I was going through my week, and I was driving on the freeway and something smacked my car, and not only did it destroy my bumper, but a little sensor that tells me when I'm about to hit something popped out, but it didn't break the sensor, which is great. So now every time my car is stopped, my car continuously beeps at me and like I'm going to hit something. So every red light, it's like beep, and I was like, nope, I'm still feeling this Namaste energy. I'm good, right? And then, I had my doctor sent me for a test because they found something that they didn't particularly like, and I knew, and I was staying in that energy of like I knew that I was okay, and it turned out it was okay, and I was perfectly fine. And I thought, look at me, remembering who I am, walking through life, knowing who I am. I'm a vision of this teaching. I have so much to share with you on Sunday. And then the massacre happened in Texas. And I did not feel equipped to come up here and speak to a congregation and inspire when I felt very, very human. I felt the emotions that I've seen outpoured on social media and in the media, and I felt the anger, and I felt the compassion, and I felt the powerlessness. I felt powerless, but mostly what I felt, if I'm to be really, really honest with all of you, most of what I felt was just exhaustion. My soul felt tired from everything. It just felt like it was piled upon piled from Buffalo the week before and the war in Ukraine and everything that's been happening. I felt the weight of all of it, and I felt compassion for the families, and I felt compassion for the people who survived that were supposed to now figure out how to move on and to live after this. And I kept hoping that Dr. James was going to call me throughout the week and say, this is too big for you to handle, little one. I've got this, and I'm coming back from Guatemala early. And he did call me, but he called me, and he called me just to tell me that he loved me and that he was thinking of me, and there was no mention of, I've got this, or you don't have this, or anything. And what I recognized, actually, after Dr. James called me, while he was on a boat in this beautiful water, traveling back from having worked at Casa Guatemala, I heard the voice inside of me saying, I know that you feel powerless, and I know that this hurts, and I know that your soul is exhausted. Now, what are you going to do about it? So we come together every Sunday and we say our vision statement, which is love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. And then sometimes Dr. James will say afterwards, if you've got that last one, then the other two will take care of itself. But here's the truth. When I got really quiet and I sat with those feelings, the reality is if I don't have the third one, I can't possibly have the other two. There is no way for me to love only, to walk through this world in love only, no matter what, or to forgive everything. And it doesn't say forgive almost everything, it says everything. If I don't know who I am. And if we want to see the world differently, then we have to be different. So the truth is, it's time to stop living small. It is time to stop. We don't have the luxury of forgetting who we are from time to time. And I think we talk about it here, and we talk about how difficult it is. We talk about, like, is it easy to remember who you are? And we talk about, and most of us on any given day are the me that's driving in the car and a big old spring hits the car and we go, well, I guess that's what we have insurance for, and chuckles when the sensor goes off, right? We sit in this teaching and our lives get better, and we learn how to live in a consciousness of joy and love. But I don't know about you, but I didn't feel that consciousness of love and joy in that moment. And so the work to do is to remember who I am. Because when I remember who I am, the ripples that I send out into the world are loving, are kind. And when we forget who we are, in those moments of weakness or in those moments of whatever we're going through, when I feel broken, the ripples that I send out into the world are not that of love only or forgive everything. When I feel like I am broken, I go out into the world as somebody who's broken, as somebody who can be perpetrated upon. I go out into the world and maybe I'm snippy to a waiter, or maybe I'm not. I'm never snippy to waiters. I really appreciate what they do, but the message stands. When I'm not being kind and loving to my family, when I'm not being kind and loving to the people around me, how can I possibly expect that the ripples out in the world are going to reflect joy and love? It starts with us, folks. We no longer have the luxury of forgetting who we are. And it is as simple as a decision. It is as simple as a choice. Because it feels like we're running out of options. And what I've done hasn't worked. It's worked in moments, and it's worked in certain scale. The job that I have today is not the job that I had when I first joined this teaching, because my self-esteem grew and I understood who I was at a higher level and a higher vibration, and I attracted that into my life. But somewhere inside my consciousness, I don't believe that I am powerful enough and don't know who I am enough to send those ripples out bigger. And quite honestly, it feels really, really, really important, vitally, critically important for me to clean it up and get my stuff together. The reality is, you want to know the truth? Because warts and all, I have family members right now at this moment that I'm not speaking to because they hurt me. Because there was this place inside of me that felt broken, and they touched it by their actions. And what I tell my children is that hurt people hurt people. You know, when my kids would come to me and they would say, so-and-so said, called me this name or said this to me, my first question would be, well, is it true? And they'd, of course, say, no, Mommy. And I'd say, okay, well, if so-and-so told you that you had blue eyes, would you be mad? They'd be like, no, I don't have blue eyes. My eyes are brown. And I'd say, okay, well, if it's not true and it doesn't resonate with you, then it can't impact you. It says more about them than it does about you. So the work is for me to know who I am at the level and to walk in this world at the level that the best of me is loving the best of you and seeing through everything else, no matter what. No matter what. I'm asking for all of us to know who we are at a level where radical forgiveness is possible. I'm asking for us to call up radical Uncle Ernie that's got diametrically opposed political beliefs than you do, and to love them anyway. Because what I've seen is a lot of people with really loving hearts who know who they are most of the time, and I have seen the divides happening. I have seen mask and no mask, and vax and no vax, and Republican and Democrat, and I see it in me, and I see it in you, and I see it in the atrocities that are happening in the world. We cannot pretend that the actions that we are taking today aren't having an impact on the energy and the vibration. So my commitment to all of you, I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna call the family members that hurt me, because the truth is the only thing that's gonna heal it is love. And this isn't a judgment on any of us. This isn't a judgment on me. It all begins with self-compassion. It all begins with self-love. It all begins. How do we start to heal it? How do you remember who you are all the time, no matter what? It starts with self-love. It starts with compassion for self. It starts out with recognizing that I go out in the world every day trying to do the best that I can. And sometimes I fall short. But the thing is that if I can forgive me, if I can have compassion for me, then I can have compassion for you. Then I can forgive you. Then I can love you. And it starts with recognizing what we require. What is required in my life to walk through the world knowing who I am and living at the highest vibration? You know, I spent a lot of my life going to dry wells for water, wondering why I was thirsty. Like, the onus is on me. I have to stop expecting you to suddenly be a spring well of liquid. It is my job. It is my job to clean it up. And it's hard. We are in a teaching of personal responsibility. And so I don't know what the end result is, to be honest with you. I don't know what it looks like if we all walk out of here with a commitment to own our own vibration, to own our happiness, to be mindful of the ripples that we're sending out into the world. You know, they talk about the butterfly effect, and I don't care if it's been debunked or not. The butterfly effect still stands. That a butterfly flapping its wings here has impact on weather patterns across the globe. But what I do know is the butterfly doesn't spend a moment in any sort of awareness or wondering or thinking about the impact it's having on the weather patterns. The butterfly just flaps its wings. We don't get angry at flowers for wilting, we just water them. Love only begins with loving ourselves enough to let go of anything that causes anything in our mind, in our consciousness, in our souls, in our psyches, to produce anything other than love. We are being called to love each other when we are at our most unlovable. We are being called to give the people with the worst behavior a hug because that's what they're calling out for. We are being called to love ourselves enough to create the world that we want to see from that place. And from that place, anything is possible. We teach that we live in a quantum universe. We teach that we have unlimited possibility. Joe Dispenza teaches that you can change your entire life by changing your thoughts. So what are we thinking? Because I got to tell you guys, if it's not happening with us in this room who show up every Sunday, spreading this message, trying to live this teaching, living this teaching to the best of our ability, who's going to do it? It has to start here, and I have to believe that if I begin knowing who I am no matter what, and if I begin to love you no matter what, and if I am able to forgive everything no matter what, those ripples that I send out into the world have the power to, bless you, to change everything. If I could impart one message on my children, Dylan and Talexi, it's that I love you beyond measure, that you are my world and my everything, and I will love you and support you through every mistake that you might make or perceived mistake, and every twist and turn that life has to offer. And it is so easy for me to look at this perfect, beautiful boy and say that. But here's what I'm willing to offer the rest of you today. I will love you unconditionally, no matter what, through every mistake, through every twist and turn that life might take you. And I offer that as my mantra from this moment forward, no matter what. I honor the place in you where the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of truth, of light, and of peace. I honor the place in me in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in me which is of love, of trust, of light, and of peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thank you. So I'm going to do something a little bit different this Sunday, because I can. I'm going to invite the singers to come back up and sing that song again. And I would love it if all of you and all of you online and at home would stand up and sing it out into the world and sing it out to each other and sing it loud enough. If you're at home, keep singing. We have people watching online that are in New York and Texas and Europe and Antigua right now. The verse goes, or the chorus goes, the best of me loves the best of you. And all the rest I can see right through. You trust in me, I'll trust in you, because the best of me loves the best of you. So sing it. If you know the song, sing all of it, sing the oohs and the ahs, but just sing it out and pour the love and pour your heart and soul out into this world, because we so desperately need it. Thank you.
Yeah, I've met your demons, they do not scare me. I know they'll be angels when they learn to fly. I've seen all your seasons, your cold February. I know you'll be blooming in a matter of time. What I'm saying is I get you, nothing we can't get. If I see you going down the road, then I won't let you, I'll catch you, no matter how far you fall. 'Cause the best of me loves the best of you, and all the rest I can see right through. You trusted me and I'll trust you too, 'cause the best of me loves the best of you. Oh, 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 oh. You've seen my dark side, you dance with my shadows. You never run from a fight. I'll be your ally through all the battles. And I know, and I know, and I know it'll be alright. What I'm saying is you know me, but so in the old me. Save me at my lowest, all you had to do was hold me, console me, no matter how far I fall. 'Cause the best of me loves the best of you, and all the rest I can see right through. You trusted me and I trust you too, 'cause the best of me loves the best of you. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, I've met your demons, but they do not scare me. I know there'll be angels once they learn to fly. Yeah, I'm telling you, the best of me loves the best of you, and all the rest I can see right through. You trusted me and I'll trust you too, 'cause the best of me loves the best of you. Oh, 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 the best of me loves the best of you, and all the rest I can see right through. You trusted me and I trust you too, 'cause the best of me loves the best of you.
Thank you for indulging me in that. It felt good. I felt it. All right, so now's the time, our giving portion of the service. So I invite you to take out your tithe, your donation, your conscious giving, whatever you decide to call it, but call it something. Our money is energy in action. It is it's how we a version of how we express our consciousness and what's important to us. And so it's important that we give consciously and we know where our money is going to. And knowing that the money in these baskets is going out to help build schools in Guatemala as we speak, is helping women in Uganda through the greater contribution. It's important that we focus our consciousness on knowing the good and the ripples that we're sending out into the world with our choice to put the funds in the basket. If you'll say with me, divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me how? Multiplied abundantly.
all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And so I simply acknowledge the blessings that are here in this basket. I acknowledge the love that it represents, and I hereby declare that the law of attraction is in perfect working order right here, right now. And I know that these blessings attract goodness. I know that these blessings attract love, and it allows us to emanate love, to emanate goodness, and to be that bright, shiny lighthouse for others to see and to be attracted to know the truth of who they are, that they are the divine, living each moment with love and joy and peace and prosperity, no matter what. I give thanks. I'm so filled with gratitude, and I just allow it all to be so, and so it is. Amen.
Please sing it along with us. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have, all that I am. So blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so
Good morning. It's Sunday, May 29th, and here are your Global Truth Center announcements. Happy birthday this week to Terry Connor, Paula Phillips, Donia Oxford, Diane Kerman, Jennifer Wheeler, and Pauline Pancake. Classes are winding up these next 2 weeks. However, you can still drop in for a single class to get that midweek boost. On Mondays, you can attend our class Putting It Together, taught by Reverend Dale Olansky and Reverend Lori Savage. On Wednesdays, attend our class The Power of Belief, taught by Reverend Liza Marquez and Reverend Eric Overholzer. Simply sign up on the globaltruthcenter.org website under the Classes tab. Please note there will be no Monday class this week. Coming up in June, which is next week, Soul Immersion is Friday, June 3rd, and everyone is welcome. Please join us this Friday for an evening of sound and energy with Dr. James, Scott Gibb, and Swan Draper right here in our Global Truth Center sanctuary. A $20 love donation will be collected at the door. On Sunday, June 5th, join us before the service for a pre-service breakfast prepared with love by Ann Monahan and her team. A love donation will be gratefully accepted. On Sunday, June 12th, our Global Truth Center Women's Group will be gathering to hear the insights from travel extraordinaire Marilyn Murphy on travel, passion, and transformation. For more information, go to the GTC website and our calendar. We have a very special Wine and Wisdom event scheduled for the month of June. Join us for an evening of fun as we take our monthly Wine and Wisdom to the next level. On Saturday, June 18th, Carolyn Clemens, Dr. James, and Kevin will be hosting Divine Wining. This special event will be at Carolyn's beautiful home in Thousand Oaks and take place of our regularly scheduled Friday night event. Enjoy a blind wine tasting and expect some surprises. The event is limited to the first 40 people who register, so don't delay. The price is $55 per person and can be made on the Global Truth Center website under the calendar section, or see Reverend Karen following today's service. On July 2nd, we have a special Divine Dining event. It's a barbecue and pool party at Kevin and Dr. James's home. Sign-ups will begin next week on our website on the calendar listing. Finally, BODS, Building Our Dynamic Selves, begins this coming Wednesday, June 1st. Join Dr. James as he leads us into 30 days of inspirational, transformative morning sessions. Each morning at 7 a.m., you can join online or listen to the session later in the day and get a powerful 15 to 20-minute reminder of how you can create the body you want from the inside out. For those of you who've waited until the last minute to register, wait no more. Only 3 days left to sign up. This is the perfect way to kickstart your summer. And the cost is only $125 for the consecutive 30-day class. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Wow, there's so much going on at the center. Can we just give a round of applause for Thor? He's up there in the booth. Thor does so much for the center, and he just passed his practitioner test along with the rest of the practitioners. Congratulations, Thor. As the Divine Wining, I am very much looking forward to that event. I've always thought Divine Wining was during Mental Muscle when we all find out we can't complain for the entire 30 weeks. Like, there's a lot of divine whining happening, but that event sounds super fun. BODS starts June 1st. BODS is really about that transformation that happens from the inside out. So BODS, we think like of BODS as being about our body, and it is, and it can be, and that transformation is absolutely something that happens during those 30 days, but really, I think, I've always said the magic happens in the classroom. That's where the gifts that I've taken from this teaching have happened. So get into the classroom, and BODS, why not look good while doing it? All right. Pre-service breakfast is at 9 a.m. next Sunday. So next Sunday is the first Sunday of the month where we have a full spread. Thank you to Ann Monahan and Cynthia and everybody who makes that possible. But join us early next Sunday at 9 a.m. for breakfast and fellowship before the service. Today is the fifth Sunday, so all of our practitioners are here. Can the practitioners just stand up for a second so we can honor you and your amazingness and your service today? Thank you. On the fifth Sunday when a fifth Sunday happens, all the practitioners come together in service, and so join them downstairs. You can thank them personally and have some coffee and some goodies and everything that they've laid out. Children, do we have children? Oh, we have my child. Yay. Yes, at least come up and give me a hug. Come on. And maybe talk about what you did today. Turn around. Can you believe how tall she is? She hasn't been here in a while. All right. What did you do with Miss Connie today downstairs? Did you make me a present? No. When I see somebody walk up with a bag like that, I assume it's for me. What'd you make?
It's not yours.
Okay. What'd you do?
Do you want to tell everybody what we learned today? Remember, this is Lexi's chance to teach everybody what we learned. It's okay. Here, do you want to hold it? I know you like a mic. Do you want to hold your bag?
I like this shy act she's putting on right now. It's cute. Those of you who are at bingo know it's just an act. Okay, go ahead.
Do you want me to talk, or do you want to do it?
We learned about mysteries.
Say it a little louder.
We learned about mysteries.
What about mysteries?
What kind of mysteries? You gotta hold it close to your face and elaborate. What kind of mysteries?
About God and stuff.
God is a mystery. Is there mysteries for me maybe in the bag? Presence mysteries?
Sure.
You might want to just give up on the fact that that's for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Am I not?
it's not.
Am I not?
It's
Who's
not.
it for? Is it for you?
Not you.
Okay.
Okay. Should we tell them what happened?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want
Tell
Miss
them-
Connie to tell, or
Do you want me to talk about it, or do you want to talk about it? Okay, just in the essence of brevity. So today we talked about mystery, and the mystery, people like to surround God in mystery. What's God? Why is God this? Why is God that? And we discussed and decided that God is energy, and since energy is everything, God is energy, I must be God, right? So what we did was we went on a little fact-finding hunt with these bags. You want to show them pull the first thing out?
Which I'm still hoping is for me.
Still not
Keep
for
hoping. So the first thing that Lex pulled out is the same thing she pulled out when we first did this, and this was a tiger. And the idea that came to Lex for this was power. Yeah. All right, next one. Quick. We got to move this. And then there were flowers, and the flowers represented beauty. There were more flowers representing beauty.
Here, let me hold this, and
Yeah.
maybe that'll be easier.
There you go.
I want to know what that one is.
Not for you.
More,
I know
more
it's
beauty.
not for me. I've accepted that, but
More
I want to know
beauty.
what this
Okay.
is.
So what is that?
A pinwheel.
And what did we decide that was?
Spinny thingies.
And spinny thingies bring us joy. And then we had
One more.
two more.
Two more? Oh.
Love.
Love.
And.
Last but not least.
You can't see this because there's light everywhere. We turned our lights off to make sure. This is a glow stick. It presents.
Light.
Very good. I'm so glad you guys caught that.
And toxic thingies.
Yes.
Now, it's important she said that. I want you to understand it's important she said that because this very simple lesson on the attributes of God and the truth of who we are became a lesson in perspective. We often will look at things through a certain lens and go, oh, that's toxic, that's this, that's that. Then when we move over just a little, and maybe we take a walk out into the water court, we start to see things differently. And it's no longer toxic. It's now peaceful, and it's beautiful, and it's joyful. It's lifelike, it's light-like, and it's very powerful. And that's what each and every one of us is, and that's what we decided our lesson was about today.
I love it. And Reverend Eric, what is it? What was she just talking about with the toxic?
What did we talk about?
The law
Something
of
about
polarity.
the law of polarity. You're welcome.
It's a running
I think
joke.
she meant you, Eric.
She did.
It's a running joke in our advanced consciousness. Every week, Eric finds a way to work in the law of polarity. No matter what we're discussing, what we're learning, the law of polarity. So thank you for bringing it to the stage today.
And we had a blast, didn't we?
And thank you. And
did.
thank you for helping me to raise children who know who they are. Thank you. Okay, we can discuss anything you
bag
want
is
to.
not for you.
Okay, got it. The bag is not for me. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. It's been an amazing service. Consciousness on Demand. Who do we have? Amy Shapiro and Stan Galperson. Oh, amazing. If anything that during the service resonated, touched you, anything that you just want to talk out, that's what practitioners are for. And these people have graciously volunteered their time and would love to meet with you after service to know the truth for you and to hold you in that space. So, Amy will be downstairs in Dr. James's office, and Stan will be up here in the meditation room. Okay, I think I did it. All right, singers, come sing us out. Thank you, everyone.
So you think there's nothing new under the sun? If it's possible, it's already been done. If you think this stage has all been set, wanna bet? You ain't seen nothing yet. Sun will come up with a wave of your hair. You're smack dab in the middle of the promised land. It all turned out just the way that you planned. Believe it, you will see it. So you think you finally made your bed? There ain't nothing down that road ahead. If you think this is as good as it gets, wanna bet? Ha, ha, you ain't seen nothing yet. Sun will come up with a wave of your hair. You're smack dab in the middle of the promised land. It all turned out just the way that you planned. Believe it, you will see it. Believe it, you will see it. And you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. No, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Sun will come up with a wave of your hand. You're smack dab in the middle of the promised land. It all turned out just the way that you planned. Believe it, you will see it. Believe it, you will see it. And you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. No, you ain't seen nothing. Hey, you ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. No, you ain't seen nothing. Hey, you ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing. Have a great Sunday, everybody. A great week ahead. We'll see you next week. You ain't seen nothing. No, you ain't seen nothing. Hey, you ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. Hey, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing.